The Golden Globes have always been one of those nights where everything feels bigger than life. Flashing cameras, glittering gowns, and Hollywood's biggest names all gathered under one roof. But this year, the focus wasn't just on the awards or the fashion. It was on a moment no one could ignore. Between red carpet arrivals and private after-parties, two familiar faces crossed paths. Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. Their story isn't just another celebrity headline. Millions have followed their ups, downs, and heartbreaks over the years. Now, at an event like this, past and present quietly collided. Selena arrived as one of the night's biggest draws, nominated twice for her work in Emilia Perez and Only Murders in the Building. More than that, she walked the carpet with her fiancé, Benny Blanco, marking their first public appearance as an engaged couple. For her, this night was meant to celebrate both career and personal milestones. She didn't expect Justin to be there. The Golden Globes have never been his scene, so his presence was a surprise. Yet there he was, in the same room. Imagine enjoying one of the most important nights of your life, your partner by your side, and suddenly spotting the person who once shaped your past. That's what Selena experienced. She didn't react dramatically. No walking away, no outburst. But there was a subtle flicker of emotion. It was enough to remind everyone watching that some connections never truly fade. Even with that, the night still belonged to her. Dressed in a pale blue off-the-shoulder gown, Selena looked like a modern Cinderella. Tiffany diamonds glimmered under the lights, giving her an almost untouchable aura. Beside her, Benny was polished in a crisp white suit, the two holding hands and sharing whispered smiles that felt genuine, not staged. For once, it wasn't about cameras or gossip. It was about a woman truly happy and in love. Selena even joked that she felt a little like Cinderella, her eyes sparkling like the jewels around her neck. Her relationship with Benny stands apart from anything she'd experienced before. Unlike past romances, which were constantly under scrutiny, this one feels grounded. They don't hide, they don't play games, and they openly share moments with fans while standing strong against online criticism. At first, people doubted them. Benny wasn't a household name like her previous partners, and some questioned whether it would last. But over time, it became clear that their bond is real. That's why seeing Justin in the same space carried so much weight. On one side, Selena radiated joy. On the other, Justin appeared reserved. He kept his distance, avoided attention, and seemed uneasy to observers. It was almost a glimpse of the younger version of him, the boy who once shared a love story that felt larger than life. There was a time when Selena and Justin weren't just another Hollywood couple, they were the couple. Fans couldn't get enough. Every lyric, social media post, and paparazzi snapshot was dissected for clues about their relationship. Their love felt electric and intense, something the world believed would never fade. But fame, constant attention, and personal struggles eventually changed the story into something far less magical. Still, memories don't vanish instantly. On this night, at the peak of her career and personal happiness, the shadow of her past quietly resurfaced. It wasn't a confrontation. It was just a fleeting reminder that while people move forward, the past never fully disappears. By 2018, the chapter between Selena and Justin had closed for good. What had once been one of Hollywood's most talked about love stories ended in a way that left both moving in different directions. For Selena, it was devastating. She's spoken openly about how deeply the breakup affected her, admitting that it nearly broke her spirit. The pain was real and heavy. Yet, in rebuilding her life, she discovered something unexpected. The end of that relationship became the catalyst for her own growth. Looking back, she calls it one of the best things that could have happened. It forced her to rediscover her strength, focus on her well-being, and reclaim her voice. She realized that prioritizing herself wasn't selfish. It was necessary for survival. While Justin quickly moved on and married Hailey Baldwin in 2018, Selena chose a different path. She gave herself time to heal, to grow, and to find a new version of happiness independent of anyone else. That journey of self-discovery transformed her into the confident, radiant woman who stepped onto the Golden Globes carpet in 2025. This wasn't just a celebration of awards. It was a display of resilience, independence, and self-love. The sparkle in her gown and the glow in her smile weren't just about the night. They were a reflection of the woman she had become, stronger and more self-assured than ever. Even in the presence of someone from her past, Selena didn't falter. She owned the room, the moment, and her happiness. The contrast between her ease and Justin's restraint reminded everyone how far she's come. This wasn't about rekindling old feelings or dwelling on what once was. It was about moving forward with grace, embracing love and life on her own terms, and proving that her story is hers to write, no matter who crosses her path. The Golden Globes, with its glittering lights and star-studded glamour, served as the perfect backdrop for this realization. For Selena, it wasn't just a red carpet appearance. It was a statement. Every step she took alongside Benny, every laugh shared between them, and every confident glance to the cameras spoke of a woman who had survived heartbreak, grown through the struggle, and emerged stronger on the other side. In that fleeting moment, the past and present coexisted quietly. Fans could see it even if it wasn't overt. The history with Justin remained a shadow, but it no longer defined her. What mattered now was the life she had built, the love she had found, and the self-respect she had reclaimed. That night, Selena Gomez didn't just shine in Tiffany diamonds or a designer gown. She shone as a testament to resilience, independence, and the power of moving forward. This evening wasn't about gossip or headlines. It was about a woman who had weathered storms, faced the pressures of fame and heartbreak, and emerged with a renewed sense of purpose. As she posed for photos, whispered to her fiancé, and walked the carpet with poise, it was clear that Selena's journey had transformed her. She was no longer defined by her past loves or past pain. She had rewritten her story and was living it fully, confidently, and beautifully. Even with Justin nearby, the energy belonged to Selena. Her smile, her posture, and the effortless way she held herself told the world she had moved forward. The past may be a part of her history, but it no longer dictated her present. That night, every camera flash, every whisper, and every glance captured the essence of a woman who had found strength, joy, and love on her own terms. Selena Gomez's appearance at the 2025 Golden Globes was more than just a moment in Hollywood. It was a celebration of growth, self-discovery, and the beauty of reclaiming your life. She proved that happiness isn't about avoiding the past, but about embracing your journey, learning from it, and stepping into the future with confidence, grace, and an unwavering sense of self. That's what made the moment so powerful. Selena wasn't standing in that room as Justin's ex or a woman defined by her past. She was there as a double nominee, a respected actress, and a woman in love with her fiancé, Benny Blanco. The applause wasn't for a romance that had ended years ago. It was for the woman she had become along the way. First loves leave marks, quietly shaping who you are, and that's why her brief encounter with Justin carried so much weight. It wasn't about reigniting feelings. It was about acknowledging how far she had come. Then came an unexpected twist. Just days after her engagement to Benny made headlines, Justin unfollowed her on Instagram. On the surface, it might seem small, but in celebrity culture, where every move is scrutinized, an unfollow speaks volumes. It's a silent door closing. The reason? Hard to say. Maybe it was seeing her with Benny at the Globes. Maybe it was the engagement news. Or maybe it had nothing to do with her at all. Whatever the cause, it added fuel to the already buzzing conversation. That's the thing about Selena and Justin's story. It never truly disappears. Even living separate lives, married or engaged to others, their names keep crossing paths. Whether it's in a crowded room, a subtle social media interaction, or shared memories that refuse to fade, the connection continues to draw attention. Inside the Golden Globes ballroom, the energy was electric. Flashing cameras, buzzing fans, and the excitement of seeing Hollywood's biggest names created a charged atmosphere. Through it all, Selena remained poised and composed. This wasn't just another night. It was a milestone. Walking beside Benny, she radiated confidence, grounded in the knowledge of who she had become. For years, every aspect of her relationships had been public property. Breakups, rumors, and social media posts were analyzed and debated endlessly. But that night, Selena wasn't defined by old headlines. She was defined by her achievements, resilience, and present happiness. Justin, in contrast, took a quieter approach. He blended into the background, avoiding the spotlight and letting the focus remain elsewhere. To many, his presence was a reminder of the past. Once, he had been half of a love story that dominated headlines. That night, he was just another face in the crowd. Yet, in a fleeting glance or a subtle pause, the history between them quietly surfaced, proving that the past never fully disappears. Fans online noticed everything. Social media exploded within minutes. Memes, theories, and endless speculation tried to read meaning into every gesture and glance. Some celebrated Selena's happiness with Benny, seeing it as proof of her growth. Others dissected Justin's every move, searching for signs of discomfort, regret, or lingering emotion. In reality, emotions are complex, and under the scrutiny of millions, nothing is ever simple. As the evening went on, Selena and Benny had their own moments to shine. They posed together, laughed naturally, and exchanged inside jokes that brought genuine smiles. They looked like a couple fully in sync, comfortable in their own world. Across the room, Justin stayed distant. He didn't cause a scene or overstep any boundaries. He observed, carrying the weight of memory but choosing respect and discretion. Their encounter was brief, yet meaningful. It wasn't explosive or scandalous. Instead, it served as a quiet reminder of how much both of them had grown. They were no longer teenagers caught in a whirlwind romance under the microscope of fame. They were adults, carrying lessons from a love that had once defined their youth. By the end of the night, the internet had already created 100 interpretations of what had happened. Some saw lingering tension, others saw closure and maturity. But for Selena, the night ended as it began. With her head held high, she left the Golden Globes celebrated, engaged, and confident, with her future firmly in front of her. Justin returned to his own life, marriage, and music, perhaps with the quiet realization that some connections never fully fade. And maybe that's what made nights like this so memorable. In a world of flashing cameras and constant noise, the real story isn't the awards or the gowns. It's the raw, unfiltered emotions that remind us what it means to be human. Selena Gomez's appearance at the 2025 Golden Globes wasn't just a red carpet moment. It was a testament to resilience, growth, and reclaiming one's own narrative. It was proof that moving on doesn't erase the past. It strengthens you. That night, the focus wasn't on old love stories, but on the woman she had become, confident, radiant, and fully in charge of her happiness. Every smile she shared with Benny, every poised step, and every glance she gave to the cameras told the story of someone who had endured heartbreak, learned from it, and emerged stronger. The past might cast a shadow, but it no longer dictated her. Selena's journey was hers to define. And on that night, she did it brilliantly. Even in the same room as Justin, she never wavered. The energy belonged to her joy and confidence undeniable. That fleeting encounter reminded everyone that while love and heartbreak shape us, they do not define the entirety of our story. What matters is the growth that follows, the strength we carry forward, and the life we choose to create for ourselves. By the time the evening ended, Selena's presence had said it all. She had moved forward, embraced her love for Benny, and stood proudly in her own light. Meanwhile, Justin continued with his life, leaving a shared past behind, but perhaps aware that some moments, some connections, never truly vanish. That's the magic of nights like this. A reminder that behind the glitz and glamour, real life, real emotion, and real growth are always at play. Selena Gomez at the Golden Globes wasn't just a celebrity walking the red carpet. She was a woman who had survived heartbreak, reclaimed her power, and stepped into her future with grace. Her story showed that success isn't measured by fame alone, but by the strength to rise above challenges, the courage to love again, and the ability to define your own happiness. In a world obsessed with gossip and flashbulbs, her poise and joy stood out. The night was hers, fully and unapologetically, a reminder that some of the most powerful stories aren't the ones written in tabloids, but the ones lived quietly, with dignity, resilience, and self-love.